And welcome to
the Hanover Magazine. Today we're going to take a look at how the winter sports season ended, including a tough loss for the hockey team in the state final.
Here's our story on Hanover's loss to Shrewsbury at the TD Garden.
It was a heartbreaking defeat for the Hanover High boys hockey team, falling to Shrewsbury in the Division III state final at the TD Garden. It was the only loss for the Indians, who finished 24-1-1 for the 2017-2018 season.
I mean, obviously I was sad that it was over, but, looking back on it now, it's nothing but good memories.
Hanover looked sluggish for much of the first two periods of the final, with Shrewsbury led by a 1-0 score, until midway into the third period. Things picked up in the final period when senior Zach Taylor tied the score at 1 with a breakaway goal. But Colonial sophomore Jim Tepper put Shrewsbury ahead with 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the game, with a breakaway goal of his own past Hanover goalie, Kevin Chandler.
Yeah, it was cool to be able to play at the Garden last high school game. I obviously would have wanted to win, but, everything happens for a reason. We got a win sophomore year there, so that was cool.
2 years after winning the state title, Hanover's effort came up just short. But it has been a recent run defined by success. This season saw seniors Taylor and Connor Morris score their 100th career points.
To have two players that two players on the same team with 200 points combined is pretty significant.
I thought I had a pretty good career. I mean, I played all my 4 years. We won my sophomore year, so I got one ring, so I'm pretty happy with that.
With 14 seniors graduating, Hanover hockey looks to maintain its recent success with the crop of younger, emerging talent.
It was probably the greatest year of hockey ever, playing with all my best friends as a senior in high school, and being able to make it to the Garden again was awesome. So
it's definitely the most fun season yet. I mean, it didn't end up how we wanted to, but still the best group of guys that I've played hockey with for a full year. I'm going to miss them.
It was a tough go for Hanover fans. Here's how some of them reacted before and after the game.
It's kind of hard to describe. I was sad. I was happy for the guys, though, because it was a really close game. Shrewsbury was a really good team. And, yeah, but I saw my friend Lexi good, and boom, she was crying, so I started crying, and it was upsetting.
Very upset. When they tied it up, thought they were going to win, but couldn't do it.
Shrewsbury, they're a very good team. They honestly should be the D1 in my opinion. We played very well against them. I could have thought we got more shots off, that's all.
It was crazy. It was a lot of confidence, there was a lot of anxiety and stress, but then hope. And yeah.
It was also a tightly contested end to the season for the Hanover boys basketball team. The Indians lost to top-ranked Tech Boston in the sectional semifinals, 58-47.
Oh, they did better than anybody expected. I mean, it's always tough when it's over, but the kids have no reason to hang their heads. Nobody outside of our locker room would have thought we'd even be in that game. And if you weren't there, all you saw was the final score. But it was a 1-point game in the third and a 3-point game in the fourth, and they played their hearts out.
I think the season went pretty good. They were a tough team, very good team. I mean, I think we played the best we could have. Not much we could have done, but overall it was a good season.
This team was a walking success story. Moving up a division after winning last year. Everybody was talking about how it's a whole different ball game and you might not do as well. And we exceeded a lot of people's expectations and got right back to the semis. Anytime you get to a neutral court, it's a successful season, so I couldn't be prouder.
Hanover will lose 8 seniors to graduation, leaving a group of underclassmen with the task of setting a similar tone.
Taking on a lot of leadership roles was good. I think overall it was a really fun year. I mean, it's always sad, but I think I had a fun 4 years. But I I think I left everything on the court.
I think a lot of people just were talking about the division as a whole and focusing more on that than what we had in the locker room. We have a lot of experienced guys that came back, and they're champions, and they played like it. If our younger guys can follow the model that they left, then we'll be right back where we were this year.
The Hanover High girls hockey team made the postseason, losing 3-2 to Norwood in a first-round game. Indians freshman goalie Anna Tedeschi talked about the season and looked at what might be ahead.
We had our ups and downs, but I feel like we definitely could have done better, but we tried our hardest. It just shows like how far like hard work can like push someone, and that's what like I feel like our team really needs to focus on, hard work and like work ethic next year. We're graduating like one of our best defensemen and some are like a really good forward, and we're not really gaining anyone next year, so we just gotta like make the best of what we have right now. I mean, it's definitely good, like a good good first step for my future for like the high school hockey, but I always wanted to improve, so I never know what's really gonna come next.
In the wake of the Parkland shooting, President Trump made the suggestion that teachers should be armed with weapons in order to avoid what is becoming common practice in America. Hanover teachers and students disagree with that idea.
I think it's a very short-sighted solution to an extremely complex problem. I think it's an easy slogan that makes people feel good, maybe, to say we're going to just arm teachers, but I am totally against the policy.
I think that teachers having guns in school is extremely unnecessary just because there are so many things that can go wrong when a teacher is armed.
This problem that we're having with school violence is so complex. There are so many facets to it, including mental health screening, parenting. I think we have a culture that sort of honors violence or likes violence.
I think it's a terrible idea to have teachers responsible for defending a classroom against a kind of an attack. We already do enough, and like that's a scary proposition to me.
I took objection when the president said that he wanted to give bonuses for teachers who carry guns in school. I would rather have a bonus for being a good teacher and excelling in the classroom and having my students excel than wielding a gun.
In the country that we live in, we sadly have access to semi-automatic weapons, and when I highly doubt that if we were to arm teachers, we would be giving them semi-automatic weapons. We'd probably be giving them handguns, which is no match for the kind of weaponry that we have access to. And we also have school resource officers, and it's their job to defend the school.
I think the money could be better spent by putting more armed guards, policemen, who are actually trained, or have a federal program that is going to train people to deal specifically with school shootings. Do that with the money if you're going to be spending money on this issue, rather than arm teachers. I still think it is a foolish, foolish idea.
Now let's take a look at what some Hanover students have been working on, making the Cedar Street Cafe an emerging dining option around the high school.
The Cedar Street Cafe, a culinary program in the life skills classroom at Hanover High School, received some new equipment this month to make the delivery process easier. A special food cart will enable more widespread distribution of the cafe's offerings throughout the school.
But so the cart has like a chalkboard on it so that we can put our name of the program on there, and also we can put different recipes that we're going to be making and selling for that day, and we'll be putting the prices. And then the back part of it is nice because it has some shelving that we can put our cash register and some napkins and things like that to sell it. So the students will just be pushing that, and it's just going to be easier for them to kind of deliver instead of going back and forth between the classroom and to the areas where they're delivering.
Cookies, smoothies, and now chicken noodle soup are on the menu for the program that teaches students both cooking and financial skills.
And it's going really well. The kids love it. They're learning a lot of kitchen skills, and it's really great for them to interact with the teachers and the other students throughout the building, and they're learning to exchange money, to count the change back. So a lot of really great stuff.
8 schools descended upon Hanover High in March for the Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild's annual drama festival. This was the first time that Hanover High has hosted the festival. Each drama club presented a play of less than 40 minutes over the course of the competition, which ran all day on Saturday, March 3rd. Hanover's entry, A Day in the Garden, written by junior John Salvucci, is about the 7 deadly sins.
You really are the best. Damn you, Lydia, if you can do it, so can I.
She Kills Monsters by Framingham, Our Place by Dover Sherborne, and The Light She Gave by Cambridge Ridge and Latin finished in the top 3.
Hanover High School hosted the annual Southeastern Massachusetts School Band Masters Association concert in March, a weekend filled with music. Jazz band, orchestra, and chorus assemble filtered through the school as a number of local schools performed. A small group of Hanover students participated in the concert, which drew hundreds to the Hanover High School.
Where it's a 100-person battle royale where you go around, try and kill everyone, last one standing wins. A lot of students in the school ended up catching on to the trend and playing the game, and we went around interviewing all the players to find out why they play.
How many wins do you have in Fortnite? This popular video game has become a phenomenon at Hanover High School, where students compete with each other to achieve the coveted Victory Royale.
I am 100% married to the game.
It's kind of like a drug. It's pretty addicting.
I play most days, any day that I can.
Free to play, so a lot of people have downloaded it.
The game's addictiveness has made it a cultural phenomenon.
Personally, I don't know that I would have downloaded the game. My brother downloaded the game. I'm not very big into video games. He got off the Xbox, and I was just like, you know what? I'll play. Give it a run.
Fortnite made its waves as a free download beginning last September. As of January, the creative survival game has reportedly been downloaded 40 million times and is now considered to be one of the top 5 most played video games of all time.
I like the freedom it allowed. I like the speed of the speed and the pace of it. The fact that, if I'm, 80th out, or I rank 80th at the end of it, I can just quit out and load up another game in, less than a minute. Every game is different, and again, it's so fast paced that if I do bad on one round, I can be right back in a new one and try again, see what I did wrong, and try to improve from that.
Gamers say that Fortnite has brought back the middle school feeling of playing video games all night long. Some students claim to spend as much as 36 hours over the course of one weekend in front of their consoles. Such widespread popularity came on so quickly that some might expect a crash and burn scenario for the game's hold on a generation. Think again.
I always go back because it gives you that thrill. You can't stay away for too long, but I get that thrill, so I keep coming back.
Fortnite is a thrill ride here to stay. I'm Peter Scribner, Hanover Magazine News.
Now, Senioritis.
Hello, Hanover High. You have 5 of your seniors here in the senior class of 2018. And we're here to talk about one special disease that we all are affected by. And this disease is called
Senioritis.
Throughout the 4 years in high school, there's a rare disease that develops in your body when it's the 4th year. This disease is called senioritis. It affects hundreds of students each year, and today we're going to get to the bottom of it. Haley, do you believe that senioritis is a real thing?
Senioritis is definitely a real thing.
Are you feeling it right now?
I think I've felt it since maybe November.
Probably once first semester ended, because colleges don't see second semester grades, so.
How bad are you feeling with senioritis?
Really, 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 really bad.
Nah, I'm doing all my schoolwork, all my homework.
Oh, I'm completely done with this year. 100% checked out ever since I got accepted into college.
So have you been feeling the senioritis yet?
Yeah, a lot.
Have you been doing your schoolwork though?
Not as much as I have been. Not as much as I have been.
That's a lie.
No, it isn't.
All right, good day to you, sir.
So have you gotten any schoolwork done in the past 4 or 5 months?
Maybe the bare minimum, but I don't really do anything. I've had days where I have 4 studies and all I do is play games on my phone or watch Netflix.
I spend a lot of time in the library. Backpack doesn't really leave the car, and it's not much schoolwork getting done.
MCAS stands for Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System. All freshmen and sophomores are required to take this standardized test. Our objective was to ask them what they think about the test, how they prepared for it, and what they think MCAS stands for.
Hi, I'm Nick Ferrari. How you doing? Today we're trying to figure out what students think about MCAS and how they should prepare for it. How do you think students should prepare for MCAS?
Get a good night's sleep. Eat some healthy breakfast materials and hit that eat.
What do you think about MCAS?
MCAS is
About MCAS.
I wish we didn't have to spend so much time on them. I think there's lots of other ways to show that you are learning other than just that test.
What do you think about MCAS?
I think it's the worst thing that the school's ever brought upon us. It's a disease.
What do you think about MCAS?
It sucks. It sucks.
About MCAS?
It's gonna be pretty hard. Gotta get through it.
What do you think about MCAS?
It sucks.
After all these years, we finally found the perfect subject. What do you think about MCAS?
MCAS, I don't even have to do them anymore, but they were terrible. They were torture. I feel so bad for you guys. I can sympathize. They just suck.
We wanted to know what some of the testing strategies were of the HHS students. What do you think students should do to prepare for MCAS?
Cry and look into the void and cry a little bit more.
How do you think students should prepare for MCAS?
They should study, eat a good breakfast before, go to bed early.
Eat. How are you going to prepare for it?
I'm just gonna work hard.
That's it? What are you going to prepare for it?
Nothing, because I don't have to take them.
How are you going to prepare for MCAS?
Lots of Capri Suns and lots of rest.
Now we ask what they think MCAS stands for. What does MCAS stand for?
Massachusetts Assessment Massachusetts Child Abuse System.
What do you think MCAS stands for?
My crusty and then sucks.
What do you think MCAS stands for?
Massachusetts Child Assassination System.
What do you think MCAS stands for?
For passing for a grade, and to pass your grade, and it's like a test.
Very good. What do you think MCAS stands for?
Making children all sad. Thank you.